Test 1 2 test.
Test 1.
Test. Test.
All right. Hello, welcome everyone. We are back with another amazing episode of Indigenous Voice. We have some good programming today. We're glad to be back for the May episode here. And so today we are going to talk about what's next for me. That's the topic of today's episode. And the idea of that is to bring in some of the seniors from each of our communities to come and talk about their experience in high school, what was mental health look like for them during high school, but also what do their plans look like after high school, and who are some of the people that inspire them, what are some of their values, just to kind of get some ideas on our native youth here. And it's really great to talk about this because it's graduation season. We have a lot of graduations going on, a lot of new chapters in our lives happening and things here. As always, my name is sandy.scott, and I have my co-host here.
My name is Shailece Porter.
And we facilitate and host the Indigenous Voice podcast each month. And so thank you for returning with us. As always, we have our first episode the first Monday of each month, and we're happy to have two amazing guests here. We'll go ahead and start with introductions. So if you want to introduce yourselves, just tell us who you are, your name, high school, where you live, your social security. No, I'm just kidding. No, just your name, your high school, and where your tribe.
Hello, my name's Macky George. I'm a graduate from Winnebago High School, and my tribe is Winnebago.
Okay.
My name's Eugene Decora. I'm from the Winnebago tribe in Nebraska, and I'm going to Winnebago. So yeah.
Nice. All right, welcome guys. Appreciate you. We might be having another native youth come in from the Santee community. So hopefully they're running a little on Indian time, but they'll be here hopefully soon. But yeah, so we are going to talk about your experiences in high school and what your plans are after high school. And then we also kind of want to get your perspective on mental health, like what you think that is, what would you define that, or how would you talk about that? And then we'll just end with some updates coming up, some programming that's happening over the summertime, and then we'll have some conclusions and closing thoughts after that. So as always with our new guests, we always like to get an idea of where your idea of mental health is. Like, so for the both of you, and you can decide whoever goes first, when you think of mental health, what comes to mind, or like how would you define mental health? Or maybe what does mental health look like for you now versus then? Just any of those areas you want to hit on. There's no right or wrong answer here. We just like to get our native youth perspective on this question.
When I think of mental health, I think of your state of mind, like how you feel in your emotions. So that's what I think of when I think of mental health.
When I think of mental health, I think it's how you go every day, how you wake up, eat, sleep, just everything.
All right, thanks. Yeah, every time we ask that question, we always get a different response. So like I said, there's no right or wrong, and we appreciate you for sharing that and just being here. So that's your perspective on mental health there. We can go into the next item here, which is more talking about your high school experience and plans after high school. But I guess before we get into those discussions, how are you guys feeling right now? Like as seniors, and are we done with school? Are we still in school? What does that look like for you guys?
I feel good because I'm done with school, or with high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just feels good. It's like takes off that pressure or that little stress.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's good.
I'm tired of it.
It's an honest answer. We love it. Yeah, it's school can be tiring and overwhelming.
No, I'm just ready to graduate. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, so we'll start with the first question here. So the first question is, what are your plans after high school?
My plan is to go to college. I'm debating on where to go, either UNL or Haskell. I might get a job this summer or just golf all summer.
That's good. Okay.
My plans after high school are obviously go to college. I already got accepted into the UNL, the College of Architecture. That's what I want to go into. It's kind of just my only interest right now. But like, plan on going there for 2 years, switch maybe to Boulder or just somewhere else. But and I have a job lined up too with HCI.
Nice.
So that's what I'm doing after high school.
Okay. So both of you guys have plans to attend higher education and go into college. Was that always like your guys' plans, or like, I guess, where did that come from? Like, was that always like a plan, or was there one point you wanted to go work instead, or maybe go to trade school, I guess, or was college always like the main goal?
College was always the main goal for me. I wasn't looking at anything else. It helps out a lot. I heard from my family, so yeah.
Okay.
No, it wasn't always the plan. When I was little, my Uncle Jared, he's in the Army, so that's what I wanted to do at first. Then it was around middle school when I decided that college was something I wanted to look into. Then how I got interested in architecture was through this project we had. It was researching careers, and it was you just picked a random career to research, so that's what I chose, and I just took interest. So
Okay. Yeah, that's I just asked that because I know, like, for me, when I was younger, both my parents, they didn't go to college at that time when I was younger, but they kind of instilled that into my mind, like, you're gonna go to college no matter what. And so growing up, I'm just like, man, I gotta go to college, but I didn't know what I wanted to go for, where I wanted to go, and stuff like that. So that's kind of where that conversation came. What about you, Shailece? What was that like for you growing up?
I wanted to be a pharmacist when I was in high school. Then when I actually did the classes for pharmacy, I wasn't a fan of them. But yeah, that was something I wanted to do.
Okay. So like school was kind of like always the goal then for you, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice. And I don't know if you shared this, Eugene. If you did, I'm sorry if I forgot. What do you have an idea what you want to go to school for again?
So at UNL, there's this major called PGA Golf Management.
Okay.
I just saw it and I picked it. Then I just found interest in it because it's something I like doing.
Yeah, because outside of your academics, you are a golfer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the plan is to get a golf course here, so yeah.
Nice.
That'll just help out a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dream big. Go for your interest. That's awesome. And then Malachi, with you said architecture. So like, do you sketch a lot, or do you draw, like, or I guess where did that interest come from?
like I said before, was from that researching project. But yeah, I would say I do sketch on my free time. I have a sketchbook. So far I got like 3 designs, so
That's good.
something.
Do you have like kind of like what Eugene just shared with his plans to do, or hopefully to get a golf course here? Do you have like anything similar to that for your architecture degree? Like, do you want to build something here, or maybe somewhere off, or like any plans like that, or goals?
My one main goal is to design a skyscraper. Not here, but just like anywhere. Yeah, that's a goal of mine.
How come not a skyscraper here?
It could just, I don't know, it just depends.
I'm just kidding.
Where I work at the time.
No, that's cool. I'm just teasing you. Well, I'm just like glad you're thinking about those things. That's cool. All right. Next question. It's kind of more like your personal, who you are as a person. How would you define success? I know everybody kind of has a different idea of what success is, but for the both of you, what comes to mind when you say success, or how would you define that for yourself?
That's kind of a challenging question, but I guess like if you make it, you know, like you're financially stable, you can provide for your family if you have a family. I think that's what success would be.
Okay.
I think success is, just financially stable, but also finding something that you love to do and going to work. Just, some people just go to work just to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to work and you want to work, I think that's what makes it worth.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot to mention too. So like, if even though we're kind of like questioning you guys, asking questions, if you guys come up with any questions, feel free to ask me, Shailece, and we'll do our best to respond. Okay. So kind of leading more into that with personally defining what success is. How would you, or what are some of your personal values for yourself? Like when you think about you, what values come to mind? And if you're kind of not sure what a value is, like what are some of your priorities in your life, or some of the things that definitely you hold on to, or I guess value the most? So like, what are some of your personal values?
I'd say my first one had to be family,
Mm-hmm.
because they helped me out through all of high school, through my whole school. Next would have to be education, because you need it to do stuff. And those are two main ones.
Okay.
Then the next is just your mental health, just being positive. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. What about you, Mr. George?
Just from going from like 1 to 3, I'd say your well-being. That'd be my first. My second would be family, friends, because they're important because of that support system as well that they provide. And third is education. You gotta pursue it, get to the next level.
Okay. Shailece, what about you? What would you say your top 3 values are?
I would say my family. When I say my family, I would say the family that I created would come first. Happiness and education.
Okay. Nice. Mine would have to be same, probably be family. I always think about my family, the things that I do. I always think about my family and how it's going to affect them, but also my community too. Think about the community and my tribe. And then probably third would be, it's a tie between education and mental health, because I feel like you really have to have a good mental health in order to achieve certain things, but also kind of like what our guest said, for an education that opens a lot of opportunities, and it's really important to have that for growth and development. Okay. Where do you see yourself in 4 years? Maybe 5 years, because you're probably still gonna be in college in 4 years, because of a 4-year degree. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself in 5 years in my career, I guess, being an architect, because that's my main goal. So I see myself being an architect in a city somewhere, designing.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 5 years, I would say I have to be either here or Arizona, because I'm debating on going down there after college, because I don't like the cold. Then there's just a lot of opportunities down there, and I have a lot of family down there, so
What about the golf?
What about the golf? Find a golf.
Oh, you gotta
What
get
about
us
the
our golf.
course?
You gotta get us our golf course here, and then you gotta go back to Arizona. Nah, I was kidding. Okay. Well, that's good. That's kind of great to think about those things. And I also encourage you to think about, like, sometimes we might have these plans for ourselves and they might not go the way we want them to. That shouldn't discourage you. Like, sometimes what we have planned doesn't work out, but that doesn't mean you're not successful or doing something. Just journeys look different for everybody in their life, but it's good to kind of have like I want to go there, but how do I get there from here? So both of you guys are kind of thinking about that. What about you, Miss Porter? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Being a radiologist.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Oh, yeah,
wanna-
you started those courses, right, or something?
I will hopefully start this fall.
Oh, okay.
But I want to
Nice.
be a radiology.
Okay.
What about you?
Unemployed? No. No. So.
Collect an EBT.
Yeah, getting that EBT, those fooders. Nah. So just for my viewers, I started a business back in January, and it's kind of taken off and doing pretty well right now. I didn't file for bankruptcy yet, but we're working on it, and really enjoy my small business and just kind of making those networking opportunities with everyone. So hopefully to see that grow, but also I hope to start my PhD program too in the next 5 years. So just some of the things I have on my the journey. Yeah. So okay. What are some words of wisdom for underclassmen? What are some like key tips you tell them you wish you knew what you know now? What would you tell your underclassmen?
I would say don't be afraid to try new things. There's a lot of opportunities out there that a lot of people don't take. If you find one, go for it and stick to it. Yeah.
Some advice I would give would be your own person. That'd be the main thing. Stay on top of your work, obviously, because it's a pain when you get behind. And learn to have good time management. Learn to study, because you're gonna need to study.
Yeah. And those are skills you can build too. You know, like I know some people might think, I don't know how to study and things like that. And I shared with Malachi, there's different ways that people, how they learn and retain information. And so I kind of helped him with some stuff too. And he figured out a way to kind of learn some things like that. So everybody learns differently, and those are skills that we can build. And I think those are universal skills that you can use in all kind of things you're doing in life too. So but both of the things you both said, you know, be I guess courageous and try new things. That's important. And just having those skills to be successful. What about you, Shailece? What was something maybe you wish someone would have told you after high school that you didn't know?
Enjoy your time in high school, because that is probably the most easiest part that you can do. I mean, all I had to worry about was chores back then, and now I have to worry about bills and insurance and things like that. But I would say just enjoy your time in high school. Don't wish for it to hurry and end,
Right.
because then you're gonna wish for it to hurry, and if you can redo it. But I would just say enjoy your time in high school and make the best of it. And like our guest said, take every opportunity that you have, because you never know who you could meet or what opportunities you can come across.
I agree with that. I think sometimes even with my nieces, they're still one of them's in middle school, and she often talks about she wants to be grown and do things and all that. And I'm just like, you want to be grown, you wait till you get older and you have those bills and dependency and things like that. But I agree with that. Like, I think high school, when I look back, I'd be stressing out, like, what kind of outfit I'm gonna wear for the day, and just stuff like that. But I guess for me, when I think about it, one of my challenges in high school is like I wanted to be cool with everybody. Like, I wanted to talk to everybody. I wanted to satisfy my peers in my class, and I feel like that kind of didn't make me be my authentic self. It was more of kind of like putting on a show or something, and it was like so stressful trying to manage all these like relationships, like this person don't get along with that person, and you can kind of watch how you mix your groups and stuff like that. And I was so focused on pleasing everybody, it was just kind of weighing on me. And so that's something I wish to know, that just enjoy yourself and not try to worry about everybody else. So be selfish in a way, I guess, to a certain degree.
I would also say, take your growth in high school seriously, like always wanting to learn more things, and educating yourself, so that way when you enter the adult life, you kind of have some readiness.
Yeah, I agree with that. They even say, well, studies used to say your brain don't stop growing until you're 25, and now they're saying 28. So, you know, those things you're learning, you're still developing as a human being, and it's kind of good to have, like Shailece said, taking those learning opportunities serious, because then it's just going to build on your you as a person. Okay. Next is kind of looking through your whole entire high school career. So freshman, sophomore, junior, and even your senior year. What would you say was maybe like a low moment for you in your high school? What was one of your lows? And you don't have to share something too personal, but if you want to, you can. It's up to you.
One of my lows in high school, it'd probably be this year, because I kind of fell behind in my work, so that really got to me. And then my grades started slipping, so kind of felt like a failure for a little bit, because my grades were bad. So that, I would say that was really low for me.
Like, so with that grades and stuff like that, do you feel sometimes like when we're not having the perfect grade and stuff like that, like that might define us as a person, or like maybe like think we're like a failure or something, like you said?
Yeah, that, I guess that throughout my whole high school, that's how it's been. Even in elementary, because I don't know, I was always pushed to have good grades, so that's what I've always tried to achieve, try to have the best score. But I'm learning right now that grades don't define you, who you are. So still learning.
Good.
I would have to say freshman year, because that was not it. Because I think our class would have had the worst freshman year, honestly, because COVID happened.
Oh.
And everyone was like away from each other, so we couldn't like interact. And plus we couldn't like eat with everyone. We had to eat with our class. It was just awkward and weird. Yeah.
So kind of what Eugene is talking about, just a little more context. They're in this program called the Nebraska College Preparatory Academy, so NCPA, and they have a program called Academy at the WPS, Winnebago Public School. And basically they it's a college prep program, and they select so many students for each grade level, and they the bar is a little bit raised for these students, and they start taking their college classes their junior year at Little Priest Tribal College. And so they are expected to be part of extracurricular activities. They need to maintain a certain GPA. They need to be taking some college courses, and so a little stress and a little bit more higher expectations are for these students. And so that's kind of what they're sharing now, is some of the strains and stresses that came with that. So yeah, that when he says the academy, we had to eat with our class. So they have like a class of about 7, right, for a senior class. Yeah. Okay. So in contrast to that, instead of the low of your high school career, what would you say the high of your high school career? What was one of the
Graduating.
highest ones? Graduating.
Just kidding. A high would probably be the sports. Had a lot of fun. Made a lot of memories with my friends. Got a lot of experience too.
Any particular year for your sports? Was there one year that just shines, like, dang, we did good in football? Or I'm assuming football, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, this year would probably be my high.
The senior year?
Yeah, because I usually did cross country and wrestling, but I switched it this year. I did football and basketball.
Okay.
It was very fun. New experience.
A high for me would be trying out golf, because I never tried it before.
Right. Before that, you weren't really... you didn't have really too much experience before that, right?
Nope, I just started.
And you found like a whole new passion, right?
Yeah. Something I love doing every day.
What year was that when you first tried golf?
Freshman year.
Dang,
yeah.
Okay.
There was only 3 of us. Just me, my sister, and my brother.
Do you you have some accolades, like you have some records, right?
Yeah.
So what is one of those records? Go ahead and you can show out a little bit.
Well, a big high was sophomore year. I went to state. I barely made it. I placed 10th, and it's top 10 that go.
That's good.
So yeah.
Nice.
Next year I missed it.
You're good.
By 2 shots. Yeah.
No, that's good. But like you said, you want to try something new, and you found like a whole new passion and love, and it's also kind of like influencing your college career too. So that's amazing to see. Okay. All right. Do you want to share maybe a low and high that you had in high school?
I don't think I can remember.
Oh, okay. That's way long time ago.
Like almost a decade. No, just kidding.
I think so for me, I used to live in Sioux City, Iowa, and used to go to school up there for high school. And I'll just be honest, like my whole academic year all the way up to sophomore year was just like really timid, didn't really talk, was really shy. Like if you would see me who I am versus now, you'd be like, that's not the same person. I just like kept to myself. I was that guy that wore like sweaters all the time and was just like just quiet himself. And this is embarrassing, but I'll share it. So I didn't start brushing my teeth until I was a freshman in high school. And I had one embarrassing story for that. So I was with my group of friends and we were talking. We was like in a circle and it was sharing stories, whatever. And then this girl like just went like this on her nose, and then she said, I said, what's wrong? She's like, oh, your breath stinks. And I was like, wow. After that night, I went home, brushed my teeth. I brushed my teeth and mouthwash ever since then. So that was probably one of my lows in my high school, but it helped me with my dental hygiene.
In a way, it was a win.
Yeah, you really don't lose if you take a lesson out of it. But that just kind of came back to like my upbringing too, like in my household. Like those things weren't really a routine. Like I didn't really have a bedtime, and I grew up with my mom. Or my mom took care of me most of my time, but so she never really said, you need to get up and brush your teeth. You need to go to bed and brush your teeth. It was just kind of like not really routine, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like kind of look back on those things too, but that was definitely what would you say, that was a lesson learned. So you guys brush your teeth because someone would tell you your breath stinks. So I appreciate that girl for telling me that. Okay, let's see here, moving on to the next item here. Who would you say inspires you? Maybe it could be a person, or maybe an idea, or maybe a quote, or anything. What inspires you, or who inspires you? And I mean, and you can think about it. Don't feel like you have to answer right away if you really want to think into it.
I would say my mom. My mom inspires me because everything that she's been through, she still like pushed through, you know, still kept going. So kind of like, that's just who I just always looked up to. She's always been there too, day one. So
okay.
Someone that inspires me has to be my Choka Randy. Just because he's always in a good mood. It's hard to see him in a mad or crabby mood. But yeah, and he always took me to school every morning. So whenever you need a ride, that's who you go to.
Hit up Choka Randy. Okay. What about you, Shailece? Who would you say one person inspires you?
I would have to say my mom as well. I mean, she raised like 6-7 kids while going to school full time. She inspires me of going back to school and finishing, because she had that many kids and still completed and did what she needed to do. And not only that, just having to deal with everything else on her plate. So I would say she's a big inspiration to me.
I would say for me, I would say my mom too. Unfortunately, she passed 2 years ago, but just kind of living through her and just kind of reflecting on her upbringing and the things she went through too. growing up and just kind of experiencing some intergenerational trauma and historic trauma just kind of motivates me to be that support and guidance for other families that might be going through something similar too. Okay. Through your school, through high school, who was one person that you remember providing you support? Who was like always there in your who was always there supporting you and pushing you?
Mrs. Wah, she's a teacher at the Winnebago Public School. That'd probably be the person that, because she supported us, our whole class actually. She's like a school mom. Made sure we're on top of our work, making sure we're getting to class on time, nagging on us about everything. So, yeah, Mrs. Wah would be.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Same.
As well.
Okay.
Someone you can go to all the time.
Okay. Nice. All right. Do you have any way you remember kind of being that support during high school for you?
Mrs. Schoenfelder at Macy.
Is she still there?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
she'll be there forever.
Nice. Me, I didn't need help. No, I was kidding.
I was like, wait, really?
No, I can't think of one person in high school. Let's see here. Well, it was a tie between Mrs. Brosh and Ehrlich. They were kind of like kept me in line there. Miss Ehrlich's not there anymore, but Miss Brosh is holding it down. And shout out to her. I know she got her, I think she's got her PhD just recently. So shout out to you, Miss Brosh, and your hard work. But yeah, I think those two.
Are you talking about Debbie Ehrlich?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would say her as well, and Brad Vogt. Miss Ehrlich was really. She was my accounting teacher in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
so-
Yeah, that she held it down, man. She was a
cool.
good one. Okay.
And if you didn't like her, that was on you.
Yeah, that's your problem.
That's your problem.
So through your high school career and even just being a young adult, we express strain or stress. How did you guys manage your stress? Or, when stress came about, what were some of the ways you managed that or handled your stress management?
Cry in my room. Just
Okay.
kidding.
No, that's one way to do it. Letting those emotions out. There's nothing wrong with a good cry.
No, one thing that helps me out a lot is just listening to music. It's something that I always do. Always find time to do.
Do you have like when you're stressed, do you have a specific like artist or genre that you like stick to?
There's a lot.
Okay.
But R&B is
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
My bad. There's a lot of things I do for stress. The main thing is probably exercise. I either go weight lift or run or even go for a walk. That's probably my main thing for stress. Another thing I do is just take a break in nature, go outside, go breathe some fresh air and be in the sun, let the wind hit you. Third, be listening to music. Yeah, I'd say music was a big thing too. My genre of music would probably be rap. Yeah.
So like I keep thinking about the like listening to music piece. Like, is there a time where you just throw the headphones on and like you just listen to your music and then like that's when like your stress levels kind of come down? Or like, I guess what's that look like? Do you need like your own space with your music, or is it okay to be around people with that music? I guess what's that look like? Or do you just like go for a walk and just headphones on, or I'm just trying to get an idea.
Yeah, I do that too. Go for a walk with my music, or just like lay in bed, just lay there. But I think being alone for me would probably be the best. Yeah, I don't want anybody trying to talk to me while I have my headphones on. Yeah.
Yeah, just staying by myself and just laying down most of the part. Yeah, just calms.
Okay. What about you, Shailece?
I used to like to go work out, but since my foot, I can't really I can't do anything. I've been just kind of like, I would say, slacking on taking care of the stress part. Like I would just sleep, but yeah, I would usually like to go for a walk or go work out. I enjoy playing basketball a lot. But yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to be honest with yourself. But like, there's times where, you know, I was kind of lacking stress stress management. Because like Malachi, working out, that's kind of like my self-care and my mental health, managing that. But I was prioritizing my business, I was prioritizing my school, and just kind of wasn't making it to the gym, and I was feeling it kind of mentally, whatever. So like at one point I was like, okay, I need to set this stuff down. I need to go throw some weights around, get some PRs in, get some squats in. But yeah, so definitely kind of have to balance those things, and it's tough, and especially sometimes we kind of that mentality, we're just going to push through, but it's okay to take a break and step back too, you know. Yeah. Okay. So during your high school career, kind of coming back to like, you wish you knew now what you did back then, or however you say that. Anyway, what is one support you wish you had, maybe you didn't have in high school? And that could be, you know, some kind of academic support, financial support, family support, friend support, any kind of support. Like, what kind of support you wish you had in high school that you maybe didn't have or didn't have too much of?
You? What?
Appreciate that.
Nah, I prefer to say you, Macky, because you did help a lot this year, especially towards the end. Like, I don't know, it was kind of a lot at the end, so
thank you.
And then you're a guy too, so it kind of makes it better to talk to you. Yeah,
thank you for that. Appreciate that.
I'd say just finding that friend group that you didn't have, but you have now. Just a small group of just you and your bros. Going out always helps out a lot.
Yeah, good, amazing answers, both of you. You know, that's good to get those perspectives, and I think those are both important, like having supports right away, being there to help our students, but also, you know, yeah, those friend groups too, like those are important as well. I think, have you guys ever experienced a friend breakup before? Like, you're really cool with somebody before, and then something happened and you're not cool anymore, but it sucks because like you kind of had those memories and moments with them and no longer friends with them anymore?
Well, I wouldn't say it would be a breakup, but it would just be
a friend
There's
breakup.
just
Like, oh, so what kind of friendships do you have now?
No, just because I used to live in Arizona, then I had a lot of friends there. Then just moving, then you just lose contact with them. It's just, yeah, all those friends that you know.
It just makes you laugh, 'cause it's like, what? I don't know, I guess, sort of. You just like stop talking to each other, so I guess that's what you call a friend breakup.
I guess what would you call it?
I'd call it a friend breakup.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would answer the question of like the support that I wish that I've had in high school is that like a lot of the kids are more prepared and ready for high school than when we were graduating. Like, we didn't have a lot of the homework, or we didn't have the dual credit classes of college and high school credit. I feel like back in when I was graduating, we didn't have a lot of preparation for college, like that readiness of going as the students have today, in which I feel that they're very lucky to have, and you know, like they're actually being set up for success and not failure. So I would say that is something that I wish we had when we were graduating.
Yeah, I can kind of relate to that too. Like, I know there's like a lot of more opportunities now for our youth, and a lot of more, I guess, more seriousness when it comes to like the educational development, even just the growth and development of adolescence. I think there's a lot of stress and highlighting on that, and so like those things are in place. But yeah, I don't totally agree with that. For Me, I think one support that I wished I had was kind of similar to what Malachi was saying, having that individual consistent person there to help guide you along the way and have those conversations and kind of relate to, because I feel like too often, and that's kind of why some of the work I do is because of the experiences I had growing up. I didn't really have those types of supports, and so wish I had something like that too, to kind of guide especially young men on that road and guide them in life and give them some suggestions and just someone to talk to without any kind of judgment or anything like that. So definitely wish we had that. But sorry, these questions are, sometimes when I type stuff down, I just type it down to get the idea down, and sometimes when I type in, like, what was I trying to put down, you know? But so first, to start it off this way, how would you guys define community? What does community look like for you?
Where you live.
Okay. Okay.
Just, yeah.
Where you
Just
live?
your town and the people that are in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably say a group. A community could mean anything, like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, gaming community,
Mm-hmm.
community where you live. Yeah.
Okay.
So just a group of people. I think that's what community means.
Right. Right. Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because there can be online communities or in-person communities, or even just being, like, I think Indigenous, that's a community too, in a way, you know what I mean? And so it can be large, small, mid-size, whatever. So yeah, definitely agree with that. How did you find your community? Like, what is a community you are part of, and then how did you find that? I guess let's start with what is what community you belong to?
Can you go first?
Me?
Yeah,
Okay.
give us an example.
All right, an example. Let's see here. So, community I'm a part of is I'm really involved with, like, mental health. So, like, I tried to get connected with mental health professionals, teachers, lecturers, specialists, and I try to talk with them and just kind of share ideas and get ideas from them on different research studies and things like that. So, like, I'm part of that mental health academia community, I guess I would say. Is that kind of hardcore, or do you want me to do another example?
No, that's good.
Okay.
A community that. What was your question?
Well,
again?
what is one community you're part of, and how did you find that community?
I'd say the golf one.
Mm.
There's a lot of people that golf around here that I didn't know. Then once they opened up, it's nice seeing everyone. Everyone's nice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it opens a lot of opportunities too.
With those people that are part of that golfing community, was they kind of like you too, like where they didn't play it before, and then once they played it, they fell in love with that?
I would say so.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. George? What is one community you belong to, and then how did you find that community?
One community I belong to. I don't know. I feel like I belong to a couple, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The Winnebago community for one, and then one that I want to list, probably the Apex community.
Okay.
My favorite game.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty tough in that game.
Okay.
Very competitive.
Would you say you're the best in Winnebago?
Yeah, I'd say I'm the best.
Better than the Scott boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, your brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Of course.
Bet, can you edit that out? Nah.
Can you stop that?
Can you stop that? Nah, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, because, like, I think sometimes when we think about community, that's what I first thought too, and I thought about the world, is that what the word was, the Winnebago community. But, you know, we're a part of so many different communities. Do you guys think maybe there's communities we're part of that we don't have a choice in? Or do you think you have to...
Like you're obligated?
Yeah.
Or...
Like, you, no matter what, you're part of that community, regardless of what you choose or not. Do you feel like that's a real thing?
Yeah, being indigenous.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like that's one that
Yeah.
you're always going to be part of.
Mm-hmm. What about you, sir? Or do you have an example?
Your age.
Your age?
Or like
Mm-hmm.
your class.
Yeah, that's a good example. Yeah, even the Winnebago Public School or senior class, even at your age, like you're an adolescent right now.
Oh, like the people born in 1900s and 2000s.
Hey, now everybody in this classroom, we're all in the 90s right now. No. We're having to cut the stream right now. No. That wasn't that long ago. No. Okay. Let's see here. How do you? So when you think about the word culture, what comes to mind when you say culture? What's
Like
culture like mean to you?
Like the literal definition, or just
I guess because like I feel like there's not really one definition for culture, and that's kind of
Yeah.
I guess I'm trying to get like how would you define culture?
I don't know, like like a group's ways, I guess, like
Okay.
how they do things,
Mm-hmm.
their physical traits, even.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just what makes you or like your tribe. I don't know.
Okay. No, you're good. No, just trying to get you. So then the next question is like, how do you incorporate culture into your daily life? Or maybe you don't. Or maybe you do in some kind of ways. How do you think you incorporate culture in everyday life?
There's a lot of ways.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways, but gee, I feel bad. I don't even incorporate it that much.
I think you do, but I think what it is like we're so used to doing it, we think that we don't think about it because we just do it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like saying dad cuts or something.
Yeah.
When something's hot.
There you go. Your language. That's part of the culture. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that'd probably be it. Saying just a couple words here.
Yeah.
Heineke. What's the other one? There's like another common one. I can't remember.
It's fine. No, that's one way. That's good. Just trying to get you to think about that. Okay. One last question for y'all, and then you guys can ask us a question. So think about a question to ask us. One last question for y'all. So, what does resiliency look like for you? And if you want to search up resilience, you can. There's no
Cut the
wrong.
word.
Think of it as like persistence.
I remember now.
Another
Good.
word for persistence.
Good.
When I think of resilience, I think of our people.
Mhm.
Like that's what I really think about, just because of what had happened in the past, genocide and the generational trauma that's been passed down. So I feel like just being part of the indigenous group, that you already have resilience
Mm.
just from being born.
Mm.
Well, I think it's like a literal thing, just how to tolerate something that's going on, but you can't do anything about it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And now we have our million questions we answered to you. Do any of you have questions for us amazing co-hosts here of this amazing podcast?
All right, I got one.
All right.
So, like, you said about your teeth. Yeah, chill. But like, what's a lesson? But yeah,
Out of that whole conversation,
yes,
the teeth. There, stuck out.
But how you learned a lesson from that? What's a lesson that you learned from high school? Like through something.
Besides someone being real.
Yeah, besides
Someone being real. Don't. Gingivitis is real. No, let's see here. Let's see here. Man, that's a good question. And Shailece, this is a question for both of us. We gotta think of an
You need
answer
example.
too.
You need an example.
Um,
I guess so. Just coming back to like one thing that I did in high school was, like I said, trying to be a people pleaser, and I guess what high school has taught me is it's okay not to please everybody. It's okay to be different, and especially in high school when I was going to school in Sioux City for those 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year. Like I said, I felt like I was a nobody up there because it was like a big school. I'd be sitting at lunch by myself and just like, you know, I wasn't really a sociable kid. I just go straight home after school. The one time I did try to go out for sports, it was just terrible. I didn't have the right running shoes. I developed blood blisters for cross country. It was just terrible. And so my mom finally, she said, you know, if you want to go to school to Winnebago, you can. It's your decision. So I decided to go my junior year and senior year. But I don't regret that at all because it got me more closer to the culture here, how the community is, but also encouraged me to be who I am as a person. So I felt like I could be a person and be me instead of being a nobody up in Sioux City. So I guess that's kind of like, I hope that answers your question. Does it?
Yeah.
Say no. Okay. What about you?
I would have to say something that high school has taught me is anything that you do after high school, you know, do for yourself instead of like, you know, going to a college where your parents may have want you to go, or doing something that your family wants you to do, because you know, don't do it just to satisfy them, because in the end that you're really not going to satisfy you, because it may not be something you were interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever, I would say something that I learned from high school is just always do what's best for you and what is in your interests.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. You had a question first, Mr. George? No question?
Wait,
So like your teeth now.
So are those your real teeth or are those dentures? Oh, these?
Put them
I
in
took
a
them
wallet.
out.
Put them in your T-bomb.
I know, that's how I drink my T-bomb. Dang.
yeah, I don't know. I don't really got no questions.
Okay, that's fine. Don't want to put you on the spot. All right, well, we're kind of at the ending part of our show, so just want to share some upcoming events and activities we have. So Morningstar Counseling, they host a one long week camp called Grow Our Own, and what that does, it exposes our kids to the mental health field and to the careers there, what opportunities are there. And it's a 5-day camp. It'll be at Little Priest Tribal College, and those dates are June 10th through June 14th. And so, like I said, that'll be in person at the Little Priest Tribal College, and that is open to any high school students. They could be graduated, or they can be freshmen, going into freshmen. So freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors. 1 week camp, and it'll be from 8 to 5, and you just be doing some different activities, different presentations. So it's not something you just sit there and we lecture at you. There's just like some engagement going on there too. But what's great about this too is once you complete the week camp, you get college credit for that camp, and that is credit from Little Priest Tribal College, and that can transfer to any college in Nebraska or any other college that might take those credits too. So pretty easy college credit, and it's pretty fun and really educational. I'll be there helping facilitate. So if you have any more questions or interested in that, you can reach out to me. You can contact me on my Facebook, or you can call me at 712-577-2611, or you can contact me on my email, which is sandy.scott at indigucation.org, and that's INDIGUCATION.org. And so we will be recruiting for that in the next coming weeks. So encourage our high school students to participate and take this amazing opportunity. And did you want to share your thing? Very good. Do you have anything to share?
No.
Okay. And so that is it for upcoming activities and events. Now we have our closing thoughts. So conclusion. Anybody want to shout out? Closing words? Any closing thoughts?
T-bomb.
T-bomb.
Nah. This was a fun experience, I would say. The podcast itself. Never really heard myself talk like that. Just listening to it, it's kind of sounds funny in a way. But yeah, this was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always fun talking to everyone.
Okay.
But yeah, shout out to my little brother Charles G. His birthday's in next week. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Any shout outs, Shailece?
I would like to give a shout out to Avelia and Alice Jr. They graduate pre-K today.
Oh, nice.
And go to kindergarten in the fall.
Cool. All right. Well, first of all, thank you guys for coming. Appreciate you sparing some time, coming and sharing your thoughts. And just want to share, like, you know, some of the words you said today you probably inspired or inspired another Native youth and things like that. So I encourage you to continue to share your words, but also appreciate you for being vulnerable and sharing those insights and things like that. Closing thoughts and words from me. Big shout out to Morningstar Counseling. Big shout out to Society of Care. These are two of our sponsors that make this podcast happen. If it wasn't for them, this podcast wouldn't be happening. But also shout out to our Native youth for continuing doing the work you do and all the amazing work you're doing. Congratulations on your graduation. It's coming up. Proud of you guys. Good work. Putting that hard work in. As always, shout out to the amazing person behind the scenes, Bethany, DJ Besame, Red Horn here, making the switches happen and all this jazz. So thank you for that. And also big shout out to the Winnebago Tribe, Nebraska Communications Department for allowing us this opportunity to have our podcast here. Thank you for that as well, and all the amazing work your team does. But other than that, catch us on the flip side for our next episode. Our next episode will be premiering June 3rd, the first Monday of the month. So hopefully we're going to be aiming to discuss a little bit more about Two-Spirit and Pride Month and how we can support our Two-Spirit relatives. And so, as always, we're always looking for more people to come and talk on to our shows, more Native youth, more guests. If you're interested, reach out to us and we can make that happen. But other than that, continue to be nice to each other, be respectful, share each other, support each other, love each other, and we will see you on the next episode.
Morningstar Counseling is a Native and woman-owned mental health organization that was established in 2012. Morningstar Counseling incorporates cultural values and practices through prevention, outreach, psychoeducation, and training, and serves individuals and families across the lifespan. The Society of Care is a leading trauma resource for self-identified Native American youth and their families throughout Nebraska. We care for our relatives by providing accessible, affordable, and culturally sensitive behavioral care. As passionate advocates, we give Native youth a voice, connect them to services, provide wellness education, instill cultural pride, and empower them to build resilience. We believe in a brighter future for our relatives and are guided by caring deeply, transforming lives, and healing communities.
My name is Jamasina. I'm the Director of Substance Abuse Prevention for the Society of Care. We serve Indigenous communities throughout the state of Nebraska.
We teach coping skills so that people can navigate through hard times without turning to substances.
Our program focuses on coping strategies and uses culture as prevention, as it is a protective factor.
We also help people in recovery that want to reconnect with their families.
With our program, we really want to encourage families to be active in their child's life and to encourage the bonding with the family to make us stronger tuahe. The classes that we offer are sewing classes and medicine picking classes, talking circles, and mentoring, and much more to come. If you are looking to get involved, reach out to the Society of Care through our Facebook page or call the Santee Health Center at 402-857-2300. Reach out when you need help. Recovery is for everyone.